All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Clayton Memorial Unitarian Universalist Church. We are in Newberry, South Carolina, and we are so glad that you are joining us here in person. And yay, we got our live stream working this week, so we're very happy. We're on the YouTubes, so it's we're very glad to have you with us this morning. Marcia, any announcements, anything we need to know about? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Let us know so we'll know how many sandwiches and that kind of thing. But
All right.
Are you going to send us more details by email or remind us by email?
I could.
Okay.
All right.
Sure can.
Yeah. This is a retired dude. He can come and join you. All right.
She's got a golf cart. We could ride around, and she's got horses and critters and whatnot. So anyway, she's invited us, and
All right. Sounds like a good time. All right. And just for, because they can't hear you on the YouTube, but I did want to talk about the Unitarian or the Universalist convocation. So it's going to be May 15th. Is it 15th or the 16th? It's 15th, 16th, and 17th. 17th, 18th, 19th. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And is it 15, 16? I don't know. Anyway, it's that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll be that third that third weekend in May. And it is a registration, and we can send out some details. But come and join us, and they're going to be doing our service on the 17th. 15, 16, 15, 16, 17. All right. So yeah, join us for that here in Newberry. Come get to know us and the Universalists. So come and join us that weekend. And we do not have service next weekend. Which is good because I'm doing a wedding. Yay. A pastor's job is never done. All right, so we'll light our chalice this morning, and our opening words should be somewhere on the screen from author Michael Singer in his book, The Untethered Soul, The Journey Beyond Yourself, which is a highly recommended book. He writes, "The spiritual journey is one of constant transformation. In order to grow, you must give up the struggle to remain the same and learn to embrace change at all times." There was noise. Okay. All right, so we're going to sing a little George Harrison, Give Me Love, and we've got lyrics on the screen here if y'all want to sing along. It's a song you know. And it doesn't go like that. It goes like this. Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. take hold of my hand, that I might understand you. Won't you please, oh, won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth, give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. My Lord, please take hold of my hand, that I might understand you. Won't you please, oh, won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth, give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. All right. Well, thanks for y'all who sang along. Our unison affirmation will join together in that. Oh, that's a pretty screen. Well, if you don't know it, there's a card in your pew, so you can join along that way. We affirm that love is our greatest purpose. Accepting one another is the truest form of faithful living. The search for truth is our constant star. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage, to find hope in times of fear, and to live out our Unitarian Universalist values every day as a beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Oh, yeah. And our Capo 3 on everything today, yay. This is a song by Mary Chapin Carpenter called Why Shouldn't We? We believe in things that we cannot see. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Hands that heal and can set a chained man free. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? We believe in peace within every heart. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Burning brightly, brightly in the dark. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? So come on, darling, feel your spirits rise. Come on, children, open up your eyes. God is all around, Buddha's at the gate. Allah hears your prayers, it's not too late. And we believe in things that will give us hope. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Let your heart voice be heard, celebrate your home. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Come on, darling, feel your spirits rise. Come on, children, open up your eyes. God is all around, Buddha's at the gate. Allah hears your prayers, it's not too late. We believe in things that make us all the same. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Love belongs to all, in deed and aim. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? And we believe in things that can't be done. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Lift up your heart, put down your gun. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? We believe in things we're told that we cannot change. Why shouldn't we? We had heroes once and we will again. Why shouldn't we? So come on, darling, feel your spirits rise. Come on, children, open up your eyes. God is all around, Buddha's at the gate. Allah hears your prayers, it's not too late. Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Lightly rehearsed, but there you go. All right, now we turn to our time of joys and concerns. If you have any joys you'd like to share or concerns that you want us to join together in our hearts with you, please come. Oops, we didn't have a bowl of water, but you can come and place a stone next to where the stones are, where the imaginary bowl of water is, if you would like to share. Huh? Yeah, we're saving water, yeah, so. We're in a drought, that's right, so it's a good reason. And if you're, are you? Okay, go ahead. All right. Well, thanks to everyone who has shared, and we keep those in your joys and concerns in our hearts. And for those who have not shared, we are still in solidarity with you in spirit. All right. And time now for our tithe. Pass the plate around. Oop. All right. You got that side. And I know many of you do give online, so we thank you for that as well. There are many ways to do. You can give online by PayPal and Zelle by using the phone number 803-331-1476. And we are grateful for everyone who is supporting us as we attempt to grow this little congregation. All right. Breathe deeply. A couple of readings before we get underway this morning. From the Jesus story, John 10, 7 through 10. Jesus said to them, "Very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who come before me are thieves and bandits, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters by me will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." And from chapter 16, in A Course in Miracles, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all of the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. It is not necessary to seek for what is true, but it is necessary to seek for what is false. Every illusion is one of fear, whatever form it takes. And the attempt to escape from one illusion into another must fail. If you seek love outside yourself, you can be certain that you perceive hatred within and are afraid of it. Yet peace will never come from the illusion of love, but only from its reality. Love calls, but hate would have you stay. Hear not the call of hate, and see no fantasies, for your completion lies in truth and nowhere else. For love is wholly without illusion, and therefore wholly without fear." There's an old Buddhist tale of two monks, a senior and a junior, who are traveling together, and they come to this river that has a very strong current, and by the bank of the river they find a young woman. And she's afraid to cross the river, and so she asked the monks if they would help her. Without a word, and in spite of a sacred vow to never touch a woman, the older monk picks her up and crosses the river and sets her down on the other side. And the younger monk joins them across the river, and he is aghast at the older monk who has broken his vow. But that young monk, he doesn't say anything. And an hour passes as they travel on, and then 2 hours, and then 3, and finally, the younger monk has become so agitated he cannot hold his tongue anymore, and he says to his mentor, "Why? Why did you carry that woman when we as monks have taken vows not to touch a woman?" And the older monk looked at him and said, "I set her down hours ago by the bank of the river. Why are you still carrying her?" And we laugh at the younger monk, right? Because we're all that younger monk. Because we always carry around the stuff that's driving us crazy. Old hurts, familiar grudges, opinions about the world. That many of those opinions were developed when we were just younger children or even young adults. We hang on to our stories of lack, our stories of disappointment, our stories of how we're not good enough, our stories of how we're not smart enough or rich enough or good looking enough to live into our dreams in this world. And conversely, we also carry stories about our glory days, those times when we felt successful, when we felt good looking, when the world around us felt like it was giving us what we wanted, some manner of joy or peace, and we haven't been able to recapture those glory days. We carry those limitations just like the monk carried that woman in his mind for hours while the older, wiser monk had put her down and out of his mind. But we can't be too hard on ourselves for being more like the younger monk than the older one, because we're raised in a world that tells us that what we are made up of essentially is our limitations. And that gets reinforced in school, on the playground, in the office, sometimes in our own homes. We come face to face with things that make us shrink back from our true divine self. And the good news is this: we are not our limitations. Like that wiser monk, we can put them down anytime we choose to. A Course in Miracles this morning tells us that our task, our reason for being here, is not to seek for love, but merely to find all the barriers within yourself that you have built up against it. It's not necessary to seek for what is true, it says, but it is necessary to seek for what is false. Every illusion is one of fear, whatever form it takes. That younger monk, he kept carrying that woman in his mind because he was afraid, not just for himself, but for this older monk who had broken his vow. The younger monk may have felt that he had a duty to report his elder, or perhaps his mentor's action made him question his entire choice of life. Was this guy supposed to be my teacher if he's willing to break a vow so easily? I mean, these are the stories that must have gone through his mind all those hours. And they're all based in fear. They all destroyed his peace because they were illusions. The other monk, he knew that there was no vow on earth that would prevent him from doing an act of love or kindness. And his vow, I'm sure, was never to touch a woman in a sensual way, but to help a fellow human safely cross a river. It's not just a kindness, but for this wise monk, it was a duty to help someone in need. And he knew that his life was to be spent in service to those around him, not in service to vows. And this is where we lose ourselves. We just trade one illusion for another. If this older monk had refused to help, he would simply be trading his illusion of obedience to a vow for an illusion of piety. I mean, we do it all the time. We chase the outside measure of things in this world. The ego is the master at convincing us that we're making spiritual progress when we're often just swapping one fear for another that may seem a little bit less anxiety-producing. So when we seek love or affirmation from the outside world, the Course says we're really just reflecting our own self-hatred. Because, I mean, you don't go outside seeking for something you got in your house, right? If I've got vegetables in my house, I don't have to go out and buy it. If I've got love for me, I don't have to go out there and be affirmed. Because if we need affirmation from another human being, it's of course bad news for people like me whose love language is like words of affirmation. Because you go out and you look for those. But the reality is, those words are in me if I'll listen, if I'm willing to hear them from myself. The divine within us, it speaks those words constantly, affirming again and again that we are the light of the world, that we are created out of light and joy and peace, and that love resides within all of us, just waiting to be recognized and honored and embodied in the world around us. The voice of the ego, though, it's much louder with its criticisms and its grandiosity. It makes it hard to hear love's affirming words within. And this is our conundrum, according to the Course. It says love calls, but hate would have you stay. So how do we remove this barrier of hate that stands between us and love? Well, like that monk and the woman, we put it down. Hear not the call of hate, the Course says, and see no fantasies, for your completion lies in truth and nowhere else. And that truth is that you are the light of the world. You are already love because you're created by love. And when you can realize that, even just for a moment, fear disappears. Our spirits rise. So let us stop limiting ourselves by putting down anything that makes us fearful or anxious or even feelings of grandiosity, and begin instead to embrace the vast possibilities of love that exist within us. As Mary Chapin Carpenter asks in her song, why shouldn't we? Oh, well, the ego has a million reasons why you shouldn't. And every single one of them sounds reasonable. You know, you're not good enough. You're never going to be ready. Oh, that Course stuff, man, that's just too woo-woo, that new age gobbledygook. Oh, come on, get real. You're not some infinite being. You're a goofball in a meat suit, just trying to arrange the world around you in such a way that you don't have to deal with any of the pain that you've been stuffing down since childhood. Well, that's what my ego sounds like anyway. I don't know. Yours might have similar things. But it's all a lie. That's an illusion. None of the stories we tell ourselves are true. We are good enough. We are ready. This is not some crazy woo-woo talk. This is the reality of who you are. You are the light of the world. And all the ego's yeah buts are not going to change that fact. The Course tells us that it is a required curriculum. We will learn these lessons about how to let go of our illusory stories one way or the other. You don't have to read the Course. It's going to come at you no matter what. And if we don't learn these stories in this life, well, we'll just come back over and over and over and over and over again until we get it, until we go, duh. So why not? Why not learn now? Why not find a better way in this lifetime so you can end not just your own suffering right this minute, but for all of eternity? And if we get that right, ending our own suffering, we might just end the suffering of the world. Like the Course, Jesus, in today's reading, he offers us a better way, a gate that we can go through to leave the illusory world of the ego and enter into this capital R reality of our true divine self. And this passage has been used in traditional Christianity in one very specific way to tout that Jesus is the only way to God, that believing in Jesus as your personal Savior is the only way. That's all of the I am statements. They've been used this way. I am the way, the truth, and the life, you know. It's just not true. All of these I am statements, they're not made from Jesus' ego. They're not made from his grandiosity of, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No, it's not an arrogance. Yeah, it's not the arrogance. It's not this grandiosity. They come from his higher divine self, the grandeur that resides in all of us in unity. None of us more special than the other. We're all the light of the world. So when Jesus says gate, or the door of the sheep, he's not talking about a real gate. The word in Greek, while it can mean an actual gate, it also denotes an opportunity. It's an invitation. Jesus is offering an invitation to step out of illusion into this capital R reality, the realm of God, where there's no perception of separation. Jesus is not speaking as the dude who walks around. He's speaking in his Christ consciousness. He's speaking in that higher self, where I means everybody. And he's not representing an ego called Jesus, but his knowledge that he is the embodiment of love. And he's inviting us to step into that unity. Now, the ego, of course, when Jesus talks about thieves and bandits, that's the ego, who promises us that it can help us reach some spiritual achievement in this world. But that deal comes with a lot of baggage, a lot of doctrines, a lot of dogmas, a lot of rules to follow, ways to make you feel spiritually superior to others. And that is not the gate of love that leads into the realm of unity. This is a counterfeit kind of love that causes divisions by creating those who are outside the right religion and those who are inside. We even switch religions or denominations to make ourselves feel more special. This is what it means to trade one illusion for the other, leaving behind one illusion, one illusory religion for the right illusory religion. However, when we go through love's gate, when we enter into our own higher consciousness, Jesus says we find pasture where we all feast on the reality of love, and we no longer hunger for anything in this ego world. In this place, Jesus says, we have life, and we have it in abundance. Now, the Greek word for life means experiencing the fullness of existence, but it also means that we live from this place of genuine and authentic divine self. And so when we begin to remove the barriers to love that we have built up, all those painful memories and those grudges and those fears, even the past joys and good times that we can't just put down, we will find ourselves living into that divine integrity. We will want to shed all of the heavy egoic things of this world, all the heavy relationships and situations that weigh us down, even those joyful memories that we hold on to. They can feel heavy if you think you've reached some pinnacle of happiness in the past and you're never going to recapture it in the future or right now. Lay those down. Let go of anything that weighs down your spirit so you can experience your true lightness of being. The other meaning of that Greek word for life is zoe, which means life after resurrection. When we remove the barriers to love within us, we become enlightened. We have lightened our own load by putting this stuff down. And we walk out of the tomb and we enter this tomb of ego. We walk out of that and we go through the gate of love into God's realm, where there is nothing but unity and nothing but love and no illusions, because love is the only thing that's real. In this place, Jesus says we live abundantly. And now the ego, you say the word abundant, and the ego just goes right to material things. And those may be part of your perception in this world, but the abundance that Jesus talks about is so much more. This abundance is something that expands our spirit, not just the bank account. The abundance grows in us, a new and exciting way to be in the world. It allows us to feel love in ways that maybe we've never imagined. And it releases all of our grievances, all of the things that just hold us back from living as the light of the world. There's another Buddhist story about a man who came to the Buddha to make an offering of flowers. And he had a flower in each hand, and the Buddha looked at him and said, "Put it down." The man placed the flower in his left hand in front of the Buddha. The man said, and then the Buddha said, "Put it down." And the man put down the one in his right hand. And again, Buddha said, "Put it down." And the man said, "I have put down the flowers. What else is there to put down?" And the Buddha said, "I am not referring to your flowers." God never demands that we put down our beauty. And the ego will try to convince us that we have to sacrifice everything we hold dear to win some sort of favor from the universe. But entering the gate of love doesn't mean we lose anything of value in this world. Instead, it transforms our perceptions of what is valuable in the first place. If you step through the gate of love, I'll warn you, you might lose some relationships. You might lose some possessions. You might lose some prestige or whatever the ego has convinced you is important in this life, in this material world, for our success. However, when we accept the invitation to step through that gate, our perception transforms. We're no longer seeing the world through our ego. Instead, we begin to see them with divine eyes. Which means we don't sacrifice anything because our ego's upside down and inside out ideas about what is valuable gets corrected. It's like putting on corrective lenses. We see this whole different world. We see relationships as the most valuable thing. We see that helping others across the perilous rivers of life is more important than some vow we took to some religious institution. We see that ending the suffering of those around us is more important than following an unjust ego-concocted law. We see those around us not as obstacles or insignificant or as enemies or even as friends. Instead, we see everyone as innocent, infinite beings stuffed into a finite suit, having their bodily experiences, learning their own lessons of how they too can enter the gate of love into that divine unity. The gate of love calls us to enter, but we can only go through with empty hands. We have to put it all down. We have to put down our grievances. We have to put down our despair. We have to put down our urge to compete, our feelings of lack or fear or anger or hatred. We must also put down our feelings of superiority, our penchant for wanting the world's praise or recognition. So how do we do that? Well, A Course in Miracles has in its workbook an exercise from lesson 189 that can help us put all that down. It says, simply do this. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is, all concepts that you have learned about the world, all images you hold about yourself. Empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false or good or bad, of every thought it judges worthy, and all the ideas of which it is ashamed. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. Forget this world, forget this course, and come with wholly empty hands unto your God. That's not easy. None of that is easy. People study religious things for their whole lifetimes. Buddhism, Hinduism, the Course, better versions of Christianity. It's hard to empty your hands. It's hard to empty your mind of all those things. But that's the point of being here. Understanding that whatever vow you make to something outside of yourself, the one vow you should never break is the one you make to love, to helping whoever you see, no matter what your outside vow is, be it to a political party or whatever, or a religion. That's how the older monk walked through the world. He saw needs. He saw relationships. And those were important to him. We are being beckoned to put down everything that prevents us from coming through the gate of love into the fullness of who we are. And as Mary Chapin Carpenter asks, why shouldn't we? Oh, yeah. Breathe deeply. So we're going to have a moment of discussion here, and so we're going to tell our folks on the YouTube to have a wonderful week, that we hope this week is a blessed one, and that you find ways, even little ways, to put down what your ego is telling you is important in this world, and instead going through the gate of love as often as you can this week.